Hello everybody, welcome to Holyoke. I'm currently in bee yard number 1 right now, and I guess it's time to play catch up right now. We got a lot of catching up to do. As I said in a previous video, that June has been a very busy month, and the last time I was down here at Holyoke, I got about 2/3 the way down here, realized I didn't bring the camera set up, and yeah. So let's do some catching up here. First thing is, again, bee yard 1. I came out a few weeks ago and managed to take the old rack that I had here that was able to support 7 hives, meaning that the boards were a lot closer together here, my separator boards. And I revamped the whole thing, remeasured, unscrewed stuff, screwed it back in, and we now have room for 6 hives. And the problem I was having before with the hives so close is hard for me to get my arms in there and try and lift things, especially when I got down into the bee suit, but the gauntlet gloves on. You know, it looks like I'm really ripped out then, you know, with the big, yeah, well, never mind that. It only looks are deceiving, right? So got that set up and redone here. I was here a few days ago with Diane, my beautiful young bride, and we checked out supers over on the on bee yard number 2. We'll be going over there in just a second and I'll explain that, but I forgot to bring out a battery for the fence. So I'm back today, just put battery on for the fence charger, and thought I'd do some catching up here now that we have a little bit of time here. So yeah, bee yard 1 is ready to go. So I'm going to start moving some of the stuff out of Windy Ridge bee yard down to here. I said that in the previous video. I keep hearing something over my right shoulder, and I think we've got some sandhill cranes over probably in the next field. I keep hearing them over there. Interesting birds. It'd be cool if one kind of walked right by here, but I doubt they will. Anyway, be starting to move some stuff out of, well, actually move some stuff out. We got 2 new bee yards, and we'll be introducing to you to one of them here just shortly. My next trip is up to Carlton bee yard, and then tomorrow I'll go back to, I almost said Tillamook, but that would be Oregon, up to Trillium bee yard. And by the way, the flies are terrible here. And there's a mosquito too, imagine that. And we'll be introducing you to those 2 bee yards yet in a couple of separate videos here. But I'll be moving the 4 remaining hives that are at Windy Ridge down to here. Now, it still remains unseen if that hive that we caught down there is going to, down there meaning Windy Ridge, is going to hopefully go into one of my boxes. I'm half tempted now that they've been there. Well, maybe if they're still there tonight, maybe I can convince them to go into a box of my own liking. I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully I can catch that swarm. And if that's true, if I do catch that swarm, I'll let them settle in for a couple weeks, and I'll move the swarm, well, either here or one of the new bee yards. Probably if I do, it'd probably be at Carlton. It's just a better environment, I think, for the bees. The difference between Carlton bee yard and here is only about 15 minutes. I'm about 15 minutes south of there. So Carlton's still pretty warm too as far as weather goes, getting farther away from Lake Superior. All right, and again, I want to warn everybody. I said this once before in one of my videos, but I want to warn you again about ticks. When I was out here and did all the revamping of the rack here, by the time I got home, and there were over 60 wood ticks that I had pulled off that day. And I left my clothes, I took them off, didn't dare bring it down to the bedroom or anything, took them off, put it over a railing. And the next day came out and I found 22 more wood ticks. And I can't say I saw any deer ticks in there. I don't remember seeing any deer ticks, but definitely wood ticks. 22 more, so well over 80 wood ticks in just one day here. Now, to be fair, I had not chopped the grass down. I was kneeling in the grass out here, and so I was easy prey, so to speak, for the wood ticks. But last year in the same spot, I had an even worse day out here. I actually counted from that day on into the next day 169 wood ticks, 169. So obviously there's a nest here, a wood tick nest. And prior to me coming here, I'm sure this was a good spot for the white-tailed deer to come in and lay down, bed down for the night and head out. But again, watch out for wood ticks. I even had one, actually a couple I think I picked up at Carlton that no bigger than the, and I'll try and include it in here. I got a little shot of it off my cell phone, but no bigger than the pinhead. It looked like a nymph, just a new tick. One of the small, because ticks, when they grow up, they go through several different phases, and they're different phases, but one was a nymph, and I think it's the smallest one. But anyway, tiny little thing. I had one that was dug in on my hip here, and the only reason I knew that was there because it started itching, and got up. I was in bed, got up, and could see this little tiny dot, and upon closer inspection, there it is, this tiny little tick. And then my next trip to Elmer's, I should say not Elmer, you'll meet Elmer, great guy, but up at Carlton, I had one up here, just started digging in, wasn't itching yet or anything, but it's crazy. So that's it for Bee Yard 1. I'm ready to start moving some hives back in here. Looking forward to it. What a great environment for them. Maybe on the way out, we'll point the camera out the window, and you can see how high the grass is here, the Timothy, and it's a great place for them. Lots of flowers in here. I can see lots of clover out throughout the field, and so earlier I saw some alfalfa too, and so great environment. All right, that's it for this. Let's next head over to Bee Yard number 2. And welcome back to Holyoke. We are now in Bee Yard number 2. And you know, things are going good when the boxes are up here taller than you and you have to use a little step stool to get up to the top of them. But as you can see, not all of them are doing all that great. The 2 end ones, it was maybe just before Grandma's marathon, so I want to say around the 14th or 15th of June or so, we came down and put on some supers on top of these just to see how they were doing. And that was part of the graduation day. And I can't remember if I got video on that. I'll find out real soon because I got to start editing real soon to get some more stuff ready for uploading here. But anyway, so we came back just a few days ago, and again, forgot the camera, and we're running out of time too, so I don't know if I would have had time to video it. But we did see that the 3 middle ones here were not doing a whole lot in there. They were, one of them, I believe it was number 5 here, hive number 5, was the one I put the foundation in without any comb drawn out, and they'd started drawing out some comb on it and whatnot, so at least they're doing something there. All these other ones had that, if you remember, permacomb, that plastic comb on them. And hives number 4 and 5 there. Did I get my numbering wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is hive 6. Sorry about that. New rack, longer. I can hold 8 now. So this is 7, 6. Okay, so 6 was the one where we put in the foundation in here, and they're starting to draw that out. So we go back to 5, the middle one here. That was permacomb, and then number 4 permacomb, and all the rest of these were permacomb. When we came out and checked last time, the number 3 hive down there closest to the camera was the boxes were very heavy. They're putting in lots and lots of honey in those boxes. So I decided to give them a couple more boxes, and I'm not going to break into them today. I'm just going to let them sit for, well, I want to sit maybe another week or so, and then I'll break in and see how they're doing in there. And then came down and found this one, not quite as good as number 3 there, but number 7 hive here. Did I get the numbering right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I did. I'll catch on to this sooner or later. They were putting a good amount of honey in this one, maybe half as much as that, but we're still getting some honey out of here. So we put in a couple more new ones on number 3 and number 7. And that would be these in this area here. You can see down there and here. Kind of a different colored wood. That's cypress boxes I got from an outfit, bee supply place down in Texas. And just thought I'd try them out. They had some interesting boxes. They had actually dovetailed ends, so you know they're going to be strong. And the cypress, oh, I love the smell of that cypress. It was awesome. And I also, you know, typically you probably wouldn't have to do this with cypress, but I also did hot wax dipping on them too, so they're all ready to go in that sense. Again, I put in foundation in both of these, so we'll see if they start drawing out foundation here, and hopefully it won't detract from them putting more up here. But both hive 3 and hive 7 are very strong hives. They had bees all up and down the whole stack, so it was a good place. I've opened up the disc entrances here, the ones I print off of my 3D printer. So both the bottom box and the middle, or the second one up, this deep, second deep up, are open on all of them, so they have entrances in there besides the entrance on the bottom. And they got all these hives have plenty of bees that they have enough bees that they'll be able to guard them all without any problems. Well, they're starting to get a little busy here. Maybe backing up a little bit because I was standing too close to the entrance. So let me back off just a little bit here so they can come in and do their thing here. I saw a bunch of them out here just going back and forth wondering, what is that? They weren't sure if they're in the right place even. But okay, so that's a quick update here on this. So we're doing good. A couple of boxes here, a couple of hives, doing really well, and hope it continues. Again, it is 11th of July, and typically right around middle of August is when we pull hives off up here. Depends on the season, but right around middle of August when we'll start pulling hives off for harvest. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that I might actually get some honey this year. This is my 3rd year doing it. The 2 previous years have all been build up. Hopefully this is the year we'll get there. So, all right, that's it I think for Holyoke. All the thing going around here, and can't think of anything else. So next time we catch you, I'll be up at Carlton, at the new bee yard there at Carlton, and introduce you to Carlton Bee Yard, and hopefully Elmer won't be too camera shy. Thank you for watching this episode from Windy Ridge Apiaries. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications on any newly posted videos. And at your discretion, please leave a comment below. And until next time, do a good day.